success is never a straight line. I use every downtime of my life to soar like a phoenix. You need to always ask for help. It is never a weakness. But that is part of being a rock star. If you can survive that, embrace that. Lahat ng hirap na yan because that will really push you and pull you to victory. Hi everybody! Welcome to Team Miss Energy. This is a way of dominating our first masterclass in the Philippines. Hey Sharon! Sharon, open your video. You are the first. I think you have to win some award. Oh, and there's Aryan. Oh, Sharon, show your faces. Come on, guys. Tayo pa lang ang nandito. Ang Miss Earth, Sharon, dala-dala mo pa rin ba ang Microsoft? Sharon actually resigned from Microsoft, and I think when I transferred to Oracle NetSuite, she was also part of NetSuite Philippines. And then now she is a professor. It's Saturday in the Philippines, so normally, ang sarap matulog. Pero mas masarap kung kasama niyo si Team Miss Energy. To give you energy. Hi Sharon! So Sharon, meet my brilliant team. The Team Miss Energy. This is not only me. This is already a company.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, morning.
Yeah. Sharon and myself did a lot in closing accounts and leading Microsoft partners in the Philippines. No, Sharon?
Yeah.
Mga sakit ng ulo natin.
Yes.
Nasaan ka na ngayon, Sharon, ulit? Professor ka na, no? Hindi ka na nag-corporate?
Yes. I'm teaching in senior high school in UST.
Oh, wow, UST. I remember, kinuha ko ng UST dati, pero mga 12 years ago, inspirational speaker din. We can talk about UST, Sharon. Especially
Sure.
those fourth year college graduates of mass communications and yung mga business management courses.
Sure.
Thank you, Sharon, for being with us.
Yes, I'm so happy to be here.
Nakaka-excite. You will not only learn, of course, Microsoft, but you know, a lot of mga life hacks natin. Ayan si Sharon. Sharon, when I was with Microsoft Philippines, like Microsoft principal, Sharon was my lead generation manager. She manages day to day, calling partners, business prospects, you know, fixing a lot of Microsoft complaints.
Yes. Setting up venue.
Oo, a
for
lot, no? Sharon,
for
no? Before a lot of conferences and meetings.
check mo yung mga party.
Oo, parties,
yung mga
correct.
ano natin yung mga
Mga
dancing
sellers.
dancing.
Oo, yung mga
Ria is our
mga
dancing prowess.
mga
Super
yung mga
entertainer.
chief entertaining officer nila ako.
Chief entertaining officer.
That's why until now we're close. Yeah. Yung isa naming, so FYI guys, yung isa naming lead generation din, di ba? So si John Aniel natin, no?
Yes.
Ngayon nasa Canada na and trailblazing in Canada. He also followed me in Oracle NetSuite for Microsoft and became one of the top account managers also. And then now he's in Canada, no? Kaya Sharon, ikaw, come to Washington na. Ano ba?
Yes. Soon.
Oo. Pero if you need my help, Sharon, especially on when it comes to yung mga business documents, kasi alam mo naman ng immigration eh. 'Di ba? Pag-usapan natin yan kasi you are, lahat kayo bagay kayo sa Amerika. I mean, Filipinos like us are, yeah. So that's another masterclass. So, and then si Chris. Hi, Chris. Can you open your video and your mic? Chris has been my Chris has been my like a right hand ever since. So she knows my life synopsis, everything about me. I think she knows. Hi, Chris, and the family. Hi, hi, mommy. How are you? Yeah, thanks for attending. Nakasexy ka pa rin. Naka-tube lang.
Sexy ka pa din.
Kailangan na liposuction.
Wala pang hilamos, walang hilamos.
I-blur-blur mo na yung background mo. Baka iba pa yung makita natin, Chris. So, as we are waiting for the other participants, i-unmute natin while if we're not talking so that we don't hear the background. So, thanks guys for coming in your Saturday morning. I hope nagkakape pa kayo. May pandesal ba kayo dyan? Namimiss ko ang pandesal sa kakesong puti. Hi, Kuya Omar. Oh, yes! Joy is also one of my favorite person in the world. So she was my like one of the top also sales manager in Oracle NetSuite. Yeah, if Joy is here, Joy, open your video so that you can meet the wonderful team. Joy is, by the way, guys, Joy is a very influential salesperson in Cebu. So she has actually, she introduced me to a lot of business decision makers, like those who own resorts. She knows the CEO. She knows a lot of university owners. She just knows a lot of people in Cebu. So this is a very good venue for us, Joy. So we can expand our network and you can help us also.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry my camera is not turning on. I have a technical issue. Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity, Ma'am Ria. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah. So I'm just introducing everybody. I mean, the way you have curved my life for the past 27 years. So as I said, no, Joy meet the team Miss Energy. They are mostly in Cebu. They're my digital marketers and brilliant social media, HR outsourcing, you know, raising our flag as Rican HRS. So I hope very soon you will meet them also in Cebu and probably have coffee, you know?
Yeah, I
Next year, Miss
initially
Lee.
introduced Miss Energy to Cebu doctors.
Yes,
And
actually,
hopefully
she
in
has
the future.
plans. Joy has plans of really helping us to spread the word on how we can really change lives and train people
Yeah.
because she has worked with me for so many years in the tech sales, leading the whole Cebu accounts. So Joy, thank you so much, ha. I really hope you can really help the whole team. Isang team
Yeah.
tayo.
First.
Yeah.
Claire is here na po.
Oh, Claire. Hi, Miss Claire Marquez.
Hi, good morning.
Claire is in Singapore. So Claire is actually one of those that have started with me as well from US high-tech giants as a marketer. And she was with me with Oracle NetSuite. I actually forced her to really be into sales. And now she's richer than rich. And Philippines providing the parents good life. And now she's in Singapore. Thank you, Claire. We're just
Thank
waiting
you,
for
Ria.
others. Yeah. How many minutes do we have, guys?
We still have a minute before 9, but we can wait until
Oh, yeah, we
9:05.
can wait.
Ayan, Marvin's getting in. I think
Yes,
na
Miss
figure out niya na.
Oo.
I'm
Wala
here.
kang pasok this Saturday? No
Wala.
sales call?
Wala kasi it's weekend, so we're
Oo
free
nga,
on
Saturday morning,
weekends.
no? Yep.
Yeah. Yesterday I had a presentation and it's for signing next week.
Wow! So is it for Nana? Oracle
Yeah.
NetSuite?
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah, if I have
Another
a
one.
referral, yeah, Joy is closer. So I hope that we can close one big deal for Team Miss Energy.
Of course we will.
Especially now you have my team. So,
Yeah.
and it's good that everybody is here so that you can really see what we can offer. Not
Yeah.
only to individual groups, but even to Toyota. PLDT actually invited us last week. So, I mean, as you know, PLDT has so much 800 sellers nationwide and still wants to learn how
Yeah.
to how to present and how to really close deals fast. And so technically, yeah, PLDT is one of our prospects. So Joy, yeah, it's not only for what do you call that? Sellers, but also even to some executive management. So I'll show you what we can do later.
Okay.
I think this is also a good time to inform everyone that for the question and answer portion later, we are going to collect questions from you, and we are going to select the top 3 best questions that you have for Miss Energy, Miss Ria, and we are going to give you 500 pesos, like within the next 24 hours. We're going to process that. So choose your best questions that you want
Yeah.
Miss Ria to answer later, and we are going to accommodate you the best way that we can. And you can do so through our the invite. You can reply there. So yeah, we'll see what the questions you guys have for us. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
and
see.
prepare for your bank account or GCash. Is it GCash? We're sending the 500
Gcash.
to them, right?
Yes, Gcash.
Yeah,
We're giving 500 Gcash. So, but siguro wait natin yung 24 hours. Ayusin mo na ni Gcash yung problema nila. So,
Yeah. So I think
yeah.
everybody has GCash ba? Lahat ba kayo may GCash?
Yeah, I think they
uh,
have. I think lahat.
they're all nodding their heads.
They're nodding their heads. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why and guys, it's okay to open the videos because this is like our personal. If we host it in a hotel, I will definitely like meet all of you. We have plans of I have plans of going back home next year, even for a week. So we're planning to host you in a hotel.
And we do have Rona, Miss Ari,
Hi,
and Ray
Rona.
Boy.
Morning. Hi, Rayboy. Yes, Rayboy. I think Rayboy is also part of the Oracle NetSuite, one of the distributor ITG. Rayboy, correct?
Ray, did you
Hi,
receive
good
my
morning.
invitation? I invited you.
Yes,
How did
yes,
you?
I did.
Oh, wow.
Good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
he's really good as well, Ria, and
Oy,
Can be
very
my
hello,
apprentice.
Joy.
hardworking.
Huh? That's so nice.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Rayboy is
Gypsy.
very, very
Yeah, so
technical,
guys,
very
this is a very
talented.
good room for you to open up your videos because you know what? The tribe that I have, not only in, within my family, but the family that I have established in the corporate are really like my sister and my family. So, lahat tayo magtutulungan dito. I encourage you also, since you are the first class, the free master class that are together with me, I encourage all of you to, just chat with each other. I got your back, guys. And I think this is a very opportune time for everybody to connect, okay, with Team Miss Energy. So let me know, guys, if you're all ready and if we're still waiting for somebody because we're expecting 30, 40, right?
Yes, 30 to 40. We can start Miss Ree by 9:15 to be exact, so we can
Okay.
like
And even Claire has a
um
meeting at 10. Yep.
yes, yes, and Claire is here as well, so think she's waiting. So to those people na hindi namin totally pa we don't know kasi most of the registrant is Miss Ria's colleague way back when she's here in the Philippines. Do you want to introduce yourself, guys, yung hindi namin talaga kilala
Yeah,
para
please.
makilala namin
Yes,
kayo?
please, guys.
So,
And where you
yeah.
come from and why are you here? I want to know the ultimate objective, guys, that we're aligned. Why are you here? And your name, your background, please. So we start with
Anyone can
Rev.
raise their hands.
Or sino ang malakas ang loob magpakilala. Ito yung nagiging problema natin. People are shy. Yeah, we have
Chris first.
Severino. Ay, si Miss,
Ah,
ay, si, siya
Come on, Chris.
hello po. Maybe ako lang po yung naiiba dito. But
interested ako mag-join sa ano dahil I want to know more about Miss Energy and I want to learn more about her. I know her for a long time na. I'm Marie Cruz Severino and I'm working as a personal secretary of a private company in Cubao. That's
Thank
all.
you, Chris. Yeah, and Chris,
uh,
Chris has been a part of my life for like more than 20, 30, even the family. But Chris, I think this is more of getting to know me in a more formal setup, not the, like a family,
yes,
kind of
yes,
thing. So thank you,
yes, ma'am.
Chris. And are you with
Thank you so
Daisy
much
and
for this
even
opportunity.
yes, this is a very good opportunity for you to meet
Yes,
also my corporate tribe, the business side. So thank you.
yes,
I hope that Daisy is here and even Tess.
yes. Thank you.
We have Queen Lilau.
Oh, Queen.
Um,
Hello.
Hi,
Do you
Queen.
hear
Yeah,
me?
she's one
Or
of a very good IBM sales technical. Thank you, Queenie. Can you introduce
yeah, sorry,
yourself? And
medyo naka-summer look pa ako. Naka-summer look pa ako.
that's fine. So,
Hello,
Queenie,
everyone. So,
say hello to
as Ria
everybody and tell
mentioned,
your background.
yeah. So, I'm same with Ria. I also came from IBM. So, we met when he was there. Um, I'm a pre-sales technical consultant for now. So I would want to pick more from her brains because leaving IBM, he has achieved so much more. Picking her brains for today. Hello,
So pick up the
everybody.
brains and pick up the energy. And Queenie has been one of my loyal and super best friends. She's very brainy. So thank you, Queenie, for being with us today. And
Hello.
who else? Who else is next? So we can start. Probably very quickly. So we can start with the program
Gypsy.
and we can.
Yeah, Gypsy is raising her hand. Gypsy Regalado.
Yeah, hello. So I'm Gypsy. I work with Miss Energy before, way back, and doing Microsoft and NetSuite. So currently, I'm working with Unified Dot, still doing Microsoft Dynamics. Yeah. So I'm back to Microsoft from NetSuite.
Yeah, and why are you here with us, Gypsy? So
I'm
everybody.
here with us because actually I really admire Ria's personality, whether a personal or professional. So I'd like to get some of her vibes. Yeah, and I really like her to be my mentor. Yeah. I mean, behind my back, even before this invitation got me, so I really thought that I like Ria to be my mentor if I have a opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Gypsy. Yeah, you can be my mentor. This is the first of its kind in the Philippines. We're launching the mentorship. Thank you, Gypsy. Anyone
Thank you.
else?
Thank you.
You want to start, Rem, or give some time
Yes.
later to the others?
Just 2 minutes, and then make sure you're getting your coffee and preparing yourself to ask questions that will benefit for everyone, because we're giving out 500 Gcash for the top three best questions. So be
$500.
ready and listen. Yeah, and we have 2 minutes, and then we can start without any interference. Interference
Yeah,
sama ba?
no internet
Yeah.
interference. So you can probably show the first slide so we're ready. And I also want to
Okay.
respect our guest, Claire Marquez time at 10 o'clock. She has to leave. She needs
Yeah.
to reach her quota and targets, Right, Claire?
Yeah.
Yes, and
Thank
for
you,
everyone
Ree.
who want to send their questions, just one last reminder that you could do so by replying to the invitation that was sent to you on Gmail, on our Gmail account.
All right. So I guess we're ready. Let's not keep everybody waiting. So let's get to the meat
Right.
and potatoes, guys. Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me your Saturday morning. I am in Seattle, Washington, today, and it's my 6:15 p.m. It's my dinner time, but this is the very first Miss Energy Masterclass. We put the name Miss Energy because, guys, Energy is everything. And with the 26, 30 years of my life, I think some of you or 50% of the audience actually who is here really sees how energy really got me from good to great to unstoppable. So I think this is going to be a very fun, meaningful event for all of us. So next slide, please. So I just want to introduce myself. Those who have been my best friends, my team for the past 26 years, or to those who are very new, I want to reintroduce myself. So well, I'm known as the rock star Miss Energy in the global software arena, especially in the Oracle, NetSuite, and even Microsoft, years of my life. And this has actually catapulted me to be here in the US also and receive a lot of global offers. And the reason, the ultimate goal why we're here, guys, is for me to share it to my co-Filipinos. I can actually train and enable US because I'm already here. But my partner, my business partner is actually carrying Miss Energy. I am their product. It's Rican HRS. And you're meeting them right now. They're a Filipino entrepreneur, actually based in Cebu mostly. And Rem is the young CEO who's actually leading Rican HRS for Miss Energy. So Rem, thank you very much for all the hard work. And Carrie and Glenn, they are my team. They got my back. And they're the social media and digital marketers that has been helping me and chasing you guys. And I think the world now to spread the word of Miss Energy Masterclass. So just something about me, I'm known as Ria, R for rigorous and relentless. So I is for influence and inspirational. A is action and acceleration. Everything that is handed to me, whether it's a personal matter or professional matter, I am very involved and I'm really an action woman. So I will give you the proof of the pudding later on when I show you the my life snapshot. So I have enabled 500. I actually like thought it was just 30, 40, but looking at my 27 years, I have enabled CEO and business decision makers all over the world to reach to the top, in terms of technology sales. I have been working with CEO, presidents, and general managers, not only in the Philippines, but also in Asia Pacific and now US, UK, and the world. I am so proud to say that I am a Filipina and I've always trailblazed wherever I go together with my team. Queenie from IBM, Gypsy was here, Sharon, who's worked with me a lot, Joy, has been part of my amazing team. And my vision right now is to bring a lot of Filipinos to the world because we're such talented people. But of course, if you follow my guidelines, it will be easier for you, right? Like Gypsy said, mentorship is very important because I have a lot of mentors as well. So again, I've secured more than 35 million gross earnings myself, just, building up my LinkedIn. So any one of you has been looking at my LinkedIn, just raise your hand. I see some people who are really reviewing my LinkedIn. That is also another mentorship that I'm offering to really build your LinkedIn like a rock star because the LinkedIn actually got me a lot of dream jobs from Oracle NetSuite. I don't have any friends from Oracle and even Resultix, a software company, even now, they just contact me. They just read my LinkedIn and they just set me up for interview. So I can ace interviews very fast. So that's about it. If you read about my quick snapshot, I have started from IBM PLDT Smart and all the way through until now in the US for tech companies. So next slide, please. I'm just telling you my credentials because if you turn over yourself to someone who you want to mentor you, you really have to know that person in and out. And not only, as I said, professionally, but even her personality or personally. Meet my team. Again, I am their product. I am Miss Energy. Rem, the young and brilliant entrepreneur, is the CEO and founder of Rican HRS, who's powering me up. Glenn is my brilliant digital marketer and social media enthusiast together with Carrie. So they are the ones who are helping me, do all this stuff. Next slide, please. So again, this is just something about my credentials. I'm an only child. I have been helping my mom and my dad. I mean, I think a lot of you have seen my Facebook and my story. Any one of you is only child here? I wanna know. Any only child, breadwinner 100%. I think a lot of your breadwinners, right? Yeah, so yeah, be proud of that because I am also like that, and that really made me like what I am today. I'm a solo global traveler. I was single, I got married, I got separated, but hey, it's not a problem. It's up to you how you will pick yourself up and show yourself to the world. So I am so proud of what I have accomplished, and I think even my friends are so proud of me because I've always been very positive. That's why they call me Miss Energy. And I always want to move forward. I always want to study, and I always want to make sure that my team are really protected whenever I work. I got their back. So yung ugali, pinaka-importante yung pakikisama, guys. So I think one of my greatest success that I have been like gathering until now is the word pakikisama. Grabe ako makisama. I think some of you can really like attest to that. So I think if there's one tip is yung pakikisama talaga. I mean, in and out. I mean, office, pamilya, relatives, and friends. So I was bullied as well. So if you ask me, probably one of your questions, why are you so motivated? Why are you rising like a phoenix, Ria? Even if you were separated and your mom died, your dad died, and all the pains that you have, it's because I was also bullied when I was young. Question, guys. Sino na-bully nung bata? Sobrang na-bully even until now. Raise your hand. Carrie, Queenie, no? Gusto akong lunurin talaga noon eh. Talagang hinagis nila ako sa galon. Tapos gusto akong patayin. Sharon. Sino pa yung isa? Yeah, so being bullied actually can really make you sore. Hi, guys, and always think about those people who wants to see you fail. Always think about that. No, not always. Like when you wake up, you think about them, but have a program to show them that one day you'll face them and they will apply to you because you're already having an empire. Okay. So again, dutiful daughter, very resilient. Always serve your mom and my dad. My dad has not always been a good dad. Like he's been a very, very good dad, but he's not as good and as great and as sweet as my mom. But I just love them. I just gave them everything. Nagpakahirap ako ng trabaho. Grabe yung hirap hanggang doon ako natutulog sa building ng Oracle NetSuite. And I think even Joy saw that in me until 3 a.m. Parang 24 hours by 7 di ako natutulog because of that very deep and very profound, guys, na I really want to show the world. Hindi ko kayo sasaktan lahat physically, but I really just want to show you that I can really do it higher than the rest, So I hope, guys, you have that feeling. I hope that you have that spirit in you. Because if you don't, guys, if you don't have that, you're just going to float. So I hope that you have that passion and sana manumbalik sa inyo lahat. Now that you're talking to me, that you can, that you can show other people in the world that you are better than them. So that's good. So I have no MBA, no PhD. Everybody who are actually asking me if I have an MBA because I want to be a director of a technology company, but I always compete with, let's say, 7 to 10 with MBA and PhD, and I always get the job. And because I know how to ace interviews and I really know my stuff. So that's something that I can also teach you later on if you want to. So next slide, please. So again, success is never a straight line, guys. I have been down, 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 and up, up. I use every downtime of my life to soar like a phoenix. So next slide, please. I will just show you how I was nonstop and rigorous and relentless since I started my job in smart communication, my career. So graduated 1996. So mga dami kong kabatch siguro dito, no, in the room. So, yeah, and my dad was a seaman. I'm an only child. My mom was a very loving, devoted woman who would just thought every day, pray for me to, to make it in life. And that's what she did to me. And I just hustled hard. When I was in corporate sales in Smart, I'm just, I don't know if May Bilia is here because May was my first mentor and my first tigress, leader in Smart who made me, like reach the top. and regularized and promoted in 1997, got my first car. I even got an Accord, a Toyota GLI. I was the youngest, actually, successful manager in Smart. And the boss who I reported to, like May, got me again, gave me area sales manager position. It's just like a non-stop going up, from corporate sales to area sales manager, but always hitting my quota. I got married. My boss was so against that because they know that, I have golden opportunities in front of me when I was 23, 24. I wasn't pregnant, but we were just in love. And, when you're in love and when you're supported by your, mother-in-laws, you just go for it. And you didn't know the future if you're compatible or not. So yeah, I still, move up. PLDT pirated me because the entity of Japan of smart bosses really liked the way I handled their smart, accounts. And that's it. Pinaganda ko yung pangalan ko sa sales. So, in sales and marketing, pag maganda pangalan mo, iikot ka eh. Pag-uusapan ka ng mga kumpanya, especially competition. So, nung bata pa ako, alam ko na yan that I had to be that. So, I had always to smash the target and goals. At nagpapatulong talaga ako sa boss ko at sa mga peers ko. You have to ask. You have to ask, like Joy. Joy, can you help me? Joy, can you please help your team Miss Energy in Cebu? Kahit isang deal lang. Gypsy, do you know anybody who, in your account who has sellers who doesn't even know, MEDDICC or this approach? Tulungan mo. Queenie, may kilala. Queenie was sending all this invites. Guys, you need to always ask for help. It is never a weakness. Even brilliant salespeople na pinakamagaling, humihingi yan ng tulong. So that's one tip. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Text me, text anyone you know. Tutulong ang mga tao. So that has been one of my secret, I think, recipe even until now. So yeah, and then I went to Trends and Technologies. I was awarded most valuable player again in IBM. Queenie was with me doing all this 6 a.m. meeting with in the Peninsula Hotel with the SVPs of RCBC, got Land Bank. A lot of IBM gave us so much stress. If you enter an IBM, you have to give your soul to IBM, and Queenie's smiling because makakalbo ka talaga. But that's the price that you have to pay, right, Queenie? Right, Claire? I mean, kailangan talagang ma-high blood ka, ma-heart attack ka, at mapunta ka sa emergency room. But that is part of being a rock star. If you can survive that, embrace that. Lahat ng hirap na yan, because that will really push you and pull you to what? Victory. Victory. Right? So that time, 2011 in IBM, everybody in IBM, my close friends, even the HR demand knows, I got separated. My marriage collapsed, not because of, major things, but because of it wasn't just meant to be. Right? Because if we're probably together, I won't be in the US. So always like that, pivot in your life and never look back. Always be convinced with your decision. If your decision is to separate, be convinced that you need to separate. And do not just be embarrassed that you're separate. No, of course not. Right? You have to just go and move in your life and just go up. And being separated doesn't define you. What defines you is your work ethics. What defines you is you, Rhea, as paano ka makisama sa kapwa-tao mo, right? Sa magulang mo and your friends. And always remember, guys, your professional achievement is always equitable to your personal achievement. I was the director before of all the channels and resellers, and if I talk this way, and if my personal rots, somebody in the audience will tell me, Rhea, you're talking about so much shit, but you yourself is a mess. And I cannot have that kind of drama, So you always have to make sure that your personal is always the same and aligned to your professional goals, right? So, and it's never too late, guys. If you feel that today you're talking to me, and if you believe what I'm saying, with all these good people around me who has been with me for so long, right? And who can attest to what I have been doing, you can change it now. Change your mindset and your attitude today. Okay? And never look back. Because if you want to be unstoppable, if you want to have a great life, you have to be very consistent. and you have to be really good. So next slide, please. So this is just to show you the ups and downs of my life, but I've never stopped. So this is the time 2011 2012 where I was like trailblazing in Oracle. Oracle got me to close Philippine Airlines because there's nobody in Oracle Philippines who can close Philippine Airlines for 2 to 3 years, and it was me. The managing director, I mean Edler is his name, got me because I am so close to Jane Ang. I think Queenie knows Jane, and Queenie knows how's the relationship between me and Jane before when I was still starting to, Queenie and myself closing RCBC. It was dead hard. She was like the tigress, like the lioness in the banking industry. And she was pirated by Philippine Airlines, and she doesn't want to deal with anybody that time except me. So when she saw me in Oracle, they signed the deal in another account. So I was pirated by Oracle to specifically close Philippine Airlines. Big deal. So if you see that, kahit nahiwalay ako, alam mo yun, di ba? At naging malungkot yung buhay ko, and then it was like, I went so down, I still managed to look at my own financials and my career and told myself, this can never go wrong. Because my personal is already like melting down and has melted down. So always keep this because this career and you can never be taken out from you. Right? So I took care of myself. I took care of my mom, I took care of my activities every day at work. Nakisama ako ng mabuti sa Oracle. And then Microsoft got me. Actually, my dad died December before New Year. It was, again, I was so down. But after 2 months of taking care of my dad in the hospital back and forth, Microsoft got me and gave me a most wonderful compensation. That's when I met Sharon and Gypsy. So, and you know that when you are hired by Microsoft, para kang artista, diba, Gypsy? I mean, the compensation and the perks, they send you to US and Atlanta, and you get to meet so much intelligent people around the world, making you who you are right now. And Gypsy, we were in Bali. We were in the luxury Mulia villas, like a Ritz-Carlton kind of conferences. And Sharon was with me as well. And we were like top of the world. But the stress again in Microsoft just kills you. So, but again, you have to move forward, and you don't let all these people, tell you that you cannot do it. So from Microsoft, again, I jumped from Microsoft. NetSuite got me in. NetSuite invested in the Philippines and spoke to me because they were hearing my name from Microsoft, like closing small medium businesses. So again, it's the name, guys. It's the results that you are giving business and people. And if you look at your name right now, where are you at? Are you somebody that is like gathering a lot of positive feedback and reviews? Because if not, then you have to start somewhere. You have to make sure that your name in the business, in the corporate, your LinkedIn is very important, guys. I cannot stress so much, about building your LinkedIn, like my LinkedIn, because it will just give you so much opportunity. Okay, but of course, I know how to do that. I can teach you that, later on. I'm just telling you, if you want to be great and uplift your life, LinkedIn is one of the keys, to that. So again, so NetSuite, I've been married to NetSuite since 2015. Never looked back until now in the US. I am the VP for Americas of a consulting firm, again, for Oracle NetSuite. And I just love the product, and I just love my job. And I have been loving the whole community that I built, from Philippines to Asia, especially now in the US. So again, you have to be unstoppable. You cannot just stop and be lazy and stop and just forget. So you still have time, guys, especially now you're talking to me. I hope I'm giving you this energy, and the positivity. So next slide, please. Yeah, yeah, so I think this is the last slide. I'm just showing you that success is never a straight line. So I don't know, any one of you who's facing a meltdown in your relationship, or your, let's say, your, I don't know if your mom or your dad has a cancer, or I don't know what battles are you like battling today. I really don't know if it's your confidence, but I tell you, you have to put your warrior helmet on. You have to just face and deal with that, because I dealt with a lot. Mom died, dad died, all this bypass surgery, got separated, annulled, and 11 years being single, and trying my best to find my soulmate, but it just couldn't happen. 11, 12 years, I almost like killed myself, and I want to just like from my high-rise condominium in Makati, Gypsy's kind of smiling, but because it was so hard, right? I mean, to find somebody to be a life partner, it's just, I don't know. I feel that somebody told me I'm cursed in love, but right now I'm blissfully married, no? And then having, guys, there are people who really like telling me I can't make it. So with all this devotion, the trajectory of my life, up, down, up, down, up, down. But then, like right now, I'm in Washington. Who would have thought that, the Ria's been married to Oracle NetSuite, to the mom, to the hospital, left and right, nonstop, eternally taking care of my mom. Chris is laughing because she knows. And she exactly knows the hell of the life I've been through. But who would have thought I will have a lake house with my husband? It's so good. I mean, so good looking, so nice, so kind. And we are just doing what all couple goals would want to do, right? It's because of the reward. It's because I've waited long enough that people thought that I will die alone, right, Chris? But see, I mean, everybody sees it's a miracle. But that's why I want to share with you. I want to handhold you guys, because I know that you just need somebody to just get your back and just pull you out, right? Because I really cannot, I wasn't envisioning myself to be here in Washington State and still be, on top of my game. And you can do it. If you can start now, especially those who are still, like still trying to get out of the university. And I'm 47 years old, guys. And this, the trajectory of my life, I started with 30, 25, 40. It's never too late for you. You can start now. Can start today, Queenie. Like if you really want to make it, I'll tell you, we can do it together. So today I'm the vice president for North America and Latin America, again, for a very good global consulting firm that does Oracle NetSuite. And I'm very, very happy, very happy. So next slide, please. I obtained my green card very quickly because of all the work that we've done. Guys, I tell you, if you are in the technology sales, and if you are doing all your, your resume really well, coming here will be easy for you. So I'll tell you the what do you call that, some tips later. So again, what is my why? To those who know me or those who don't know me, my why are my mom and my dad. There, I am obsessed. I am obsessed to help them and make it happen. Give them cars, give them cash, big cash, travel around the world, bring them. Next slide, please. Bring them to all the top resorts and hotels of the world. Just give them everything. And I wasn't really looking, at my financials. I was just looking at what can I give them. So if I ask you, what is your why and who is your why? It has to be very profound. It's not like, oh, I I just love my mom. I just love my dad. No, what do you want to give them? And you work backwards. Like, do you want to give them a house? You have to work backwards and put a calendar date of the activities that you need to do every day to give it to them or yourself, right? You want to go to Paris, 500,000? I'll help you achieve it. Look at the number, 500,000 or 1 million, and I will tell you how to do it. There should be an activity to support that amount, right? So I've done it. I can clearly say to the world, I have given my parents and my mom and my dad the best life ever. And now I have no regrets. They're now in heaven. So next slide, please. So it is not just me talking. If you look at my LinkedIn, something that I want to tell you guys. okay, is if you have a boss or if you have a peer or a teammate that's talking good about you, ask her to document it. And one good way is on LinkedIn, right? So Queenie, if you have worked with so much managers, you have help scope. And Gypsy, you are a seller, for example. I'm not talking about like one-on-one Gypsy. I'm talking about, who are the sellers here, who are the people here in the audience, because I'm just looking at the screen and I just see Gypsy's name and, Joy. You know what I tell you? If somebody says Gypsy is good, Gypsy is like this, I can give you a recommendation, Gypsy, because I know when we were together, I can write on your LinkedIn right after this event, because I know when we were together, you were diligently doing the things that's needed to do. And you know what? Now, list down all the people, Gypsy, who thought about you positively and ask them to recommend you on LinkedIn. Start now. My question to you, Gypsy, is, are you doing that?
Not right. No, not yet. I have
Not
never
right
done
now.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I want you, because I want to have an impact on you, Gypsy. After this, I will write you a recommendation. You won't chase
Thank
me. I
you.
will do that. If you have a
Of
LinkedIn
course.
account. But
Yes, I
next, I
have.
want, because this is the start and the beginning of, let's say, a mentorship or whatever, right? So you can help Team Miss Energy also, like, well, to sell this to whatever accounts that you have. But this is what I need you to do. Anybody you think who thinks of you highly,
Mm.
contact them. Okay. This is the ask. Do you remember when I helped you during this time? Would you mind to give me a recommendation on LinkedIn? Try it and then update us. Okay, so guys, this is one thing. Build your LinkedIn. Put a very, very nice picture of you on LinkedIn. Put a header. How do you want the world to know you? Like, for example, Eduardo Lorenzo Alberto is one of the richest family in the Philippines. He was under me. He was so, if you read the LinkedIn recommendation, he is really saying out loud until now that he missed my energy, and I got him to be personally like made, even if he's like rich and living in Valle Verde. He was my sales manager in Oracle NetSuite. And right now, he said there is no better person to deal with but me. Though those are very powerful. Can you imagine the top recruiters are reading your LinkedIn, and if they see this, Romario Defor is from Chicago, US, a media and he's like an artistic person. Look at what he's telling me. He was just reporting to me less than 6 months here in the US. But look how he views me as a manager. Can you imagine the power if a recruiter would like to get somebody who's a people person and who can drive things? Definitely they will contact Ria. So that is what I want you to do, guys. Build your LinkedIn. And that's another masterclass. That's another mentorship as a whole. So next slide, please. And I want you guys to really like do it now. Now, this is not just a recommendation. It's not a LinkedIn write up. I have Miss Claire Marquez. So before Claire comes into the picture, I will just tell you a story. Claire Marquez was not a seller. Okay? Alam niyo yung salitang nene? Nene. Neneng nene. So anyone in this audience who feels that you're nene, Queenie, tawa ka dyan. Di ba? Di ba? Ang sabi niya sa sarili niya, nene siya. Her low self-esteem has always bothered her. Now, when I look at her, there were like a lot of nene that I see in the office all the time. And Gypsy probably was one of them. But Gypsy now is not nene. So Claire Marquez, I want to give the floor to her. She was not a seller. She was a nene. She made the decision to transition to the most complex and death-defying, sales role in Oracle US, US giant. And now she is enjoying her life. She was with me in Oracle Philippines, and now she's in one of the biggest technology company. And now she's living in Singapore. So Claire, take it away. I have some
Hi,
questions for you,
everyone.
but
Good
yeah.
morning. Yes, good morning, everyone. And I'm happy to be here, Miss Energy. So
Yeah.
good evening to you, by the way. So I hope you have your wine over there while I have my coffee.
Yeah. So Claire, where are you right now again?
Yes, so I'm here in Singapore right now because this is where I'm based as of the moment.
Yep. So yeah, so just for the sake of everybody who's here, and I know you have a 10 o'clock meeting, we'll just have 10 to 15 minutes like a fireside chat. So my question to you, Claire, is what what made you really jump from a non-seller, technical sales, non-seller from a marketer, and then you jump to that very difficult sales role in Oracle?
Wow, yeah, I still remember when, at the time I was not really ready. I was so young and very naive, right? And I was not ready because I was doing marketing job at EMC, and this job offer came to me. I aced the interview and I got the offer, but I'm like, no way, I'm not ready for this. This is not my cup of tea, right? I was not emotionally and mentally ready for it. But I don't know, for some reasons, Ree got a hold of that information, I guess, from my previous boss. And she started calling me nonstop. I was like, Claire, why are you not accepting? Why are you rejecting Oracle? Do you know Oracle? Blah, 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 blah. And she would really, tell her experience, her career experience, and how Oracle could help her boost her career. And why would I do the same, right? I was like, thinking at the time, yeah, she's right. My career was really like dead. It's a boring job, but and it's not also appreciated. So I'm like, why don't I take it? But I was so scared. I was so scared because I was really young and I couldn't make any better decision. I was like, no, I couldn't really take it. I'm really, really sorry. And then she wouldn't stop calling
Matigas
me.
pa ulo niya ng kaunti.
Yes, yes, but then she really motivated me. She started telling me the whys, right, and how how her career is, right, and how she's building that career, right, in the tech world, in the tech jungle. So I was like, okay, sure, okay, for as long as you're there, don't leave me alone
Oh yeah, I
because I
remember
need your
that. You
help.
said that for as long as you're there. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I got the job awkwardly. So safe to say I was forced to accept the job offer. So but thanks to Yuri for that experience.
So yeah, thanks Claire as well. So guys, we're doing this. So I'm just showing you, hindi ito pagyayabang. Ito ay isang manifestation. No, na masaya kong na-share yan and na hindi imposible, di ba? I mean, that time, Claire was nene and wala siyang wala siyang hindi conscious, hindi siya conscious ng mga panahon na yun. Na as a person like her, and I saw that, something that I'm very good at, and people knows that in me, I'm really very good, even nene. Maraming umaaway sa akin when I was with Oracle, NetSuite, and Microsoft. Ba't mo kinuha yan? Why did you get that person, Ria? I mean, she doesn't look like us. I mean, my point is, what is us? And when you were starting, you even look worse than her. Right? I mean, I always look at one, the tenacity of the person, two, where is she coming from? I don't want to deal with, one time I even talked to the sales team. I don't want to deal with people who are rich. Those who were handed by the dad, all this Camry and all this nice, no, that is not my team. Ang kailangan ko sa team ko, yung gutom. Hungry. Okay? Hungry to make it not only for herself, but beyond herself. She has to have, or he has to have, a why. Di ba? Mahal niya magulang niya, mahal niya sarili niya. Nakita ko kay Claire, napakasipag. Why will I let somebody in a room that is just so boring and just so dead, as she said, di ba? May pagka-deads eh. Literal. And I know that Claire, sa kasipagan niya, and she's really bright and smart. But of course, hindi mo pa alam nun, di ba? Hindi mo alam, may nakakakita. Somebody has to believe you first. And that time, I was the instrument for Claire. And look at her now. Look at the pictures that we're showing. A beautiful house. Don't you like that, guys? For you to own somebody like that, and for you to share it to your mom, to your dad, to your friends, to your family, coming from before wala. Diba? And look at the interior. Look at the car. Claire is not actually like boasting this. I was the one who got the picture. And she is not, she's a very naive girl until now. But she is the one really like, and she's always thanking God. God is always there. But God doesn't support lazy people. And don't always tell that I cannot do it, I cannot do. Ang dami ng YouTube ngayon. Ang dami ng pwedeng pagkopyahan, guys. Huwag ka kayang matulog ng isang gabi o matulog ka ng alauna. Mag-aral ka muna, 'di ba? Aralin mo lahat ng nasa internet. 'Di ba? I mean, it's really up to you. So those people who are with me are like that. Even before I was heading a team, a big team, my people are always like every day, like Raikan HRS right now, every day is trailblazing. That's the word. Non-stop. No days off, right? Because you want a great life. So that's Claire. And Claire, can you just explain one is one of the most hard moment in your life when you were in Oracle because it was never easy. What was that thing that really made you like resign? I'm resigning. I'm quitting this job, Ri.
Okay, the leap of faith moving to Oracle was not easy enough. And being in Oracle at the time, having no experience at all with very low self-esteem was even more difficult for me, right? So, and the fact that the product that I was assigned to, because at that time, Oracle was launching their first cloud solutions in the market, the cloud applications. And I was to handle one of the most difficult application to sell, which was HR, right? And I'm like, what the? So, there were so many difficult, challenging moments. The field sales people were very senior. They own the relationships. They have the experience to boast, right? I mean, they have all the rights to 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 say we're here and you are
Yeah, very
here.
senior, very
Yes,
intelligent, very
very, very
senior. And some
senior,
of them are very rich.
very rich already, very established career. So I'm like, the heck, man. So all the more my self-confidence was like, I was shrinking, right? And then there were times as well that you really have to try to blend with them, think like them, right? Really build your self-confidence very slowly just to have a seat at the table. Because otherwise they will not bring your product to the market because it's them who has the relationship. You have to make sure that you build that kind of
Correct.
relationship with them too, right? It's not
Yeah,
just with the customers. So I experienced
yeah,
being bullied at work, right? It was there where I first experienced it. I was like, OMG, is this the kind of life I'm going to face? But you know what? Thanks to Miss Ree, Miss Energy. Actually, at that time, I call her Miss Fab Girl because she was always oozing with good vibes and her laughter, her bubbly character is really very contagious. So thanks to her, because during those dark days that I was really down, I could not sell my product, and I have a rift with one of the field sales rep. She always has a drama with me, right? So I was like, I couldn't make it. I'm resigning, right? But she's there
yeah,
motivating me. I was crying like a baby. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
wow. So
yeah,
it was
yeah.
really the dark days
It's
for
mahirap.
me.
It's really
Yeah, it
hard.
was very difficult, and it was a real experience. But Ree was motivating me, helping me, telling me to stay focused, improve on my skills, learn the product, and just take away the noise, the
And I
background.
even remember telling you that time na, oh yeah, don't listen to the noise. It's just noise.
Exactly. You were at the restaurant across, right? I remember that. And you were just like, no, just let it be. But just focus here, focus on yourself, improve what you need to improve, learn from this experience, and learn your product very well, right? Because my product at that time have,
Oh,
very
mag-aaral kang
limited
mabuti.
capabilities.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm going to be focusing on positive energy. And thanks to the vibe that you were giving me, it was really contagious, right? It was like even the most difficult, situation, you make it light, you make it,
Very
and
light.
we were,
Yep.
we were, we were, we were always laughing, right? So that really helped
Yeah.
me a lot to that vibe, right?
Yeah.
Vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was very contagious. So
Yeah, so
really, to be
nice.
honest with
No, so,
you,
no, so nice to hear. And so nice, as I said, so nice to see you. And I want to see a lot of us like this. Like you have to in the office. I always tell even the CEO, even your SVP, I don't want book. Don't want you to talk about my staff or my team like that. I always call out CEOs who are really bad and bitchy. Like they know that in Oracle NetSuite, the whole 500 people, somebody was just bitching about my team. I terminated the contract. I think one of you knows one of the CEO is so hard to deal with. I said I can terminate your franchise and all your pre-sales, and you don't talk to my team like that. They work so fucking hard, man. You cannot just do that to any human. So what I'm telling you guys is if you if you are with a team and your team is working so hard and very kind, protect them. Okay? You don't just sit there and be quiet and let them be bullied. No. You have to be the angel. You really have to be that person to tell, like Claire, for example, it's just noise. Mag-aral kang mabuti. And that person, Claire, did it. You know, sometimes I'm talking to a lot of people, but I always tell them, wag ka umuwi ngayon. Aral ka. 10 to 11, sabayan kita. Aral tayo. Right? Hanggang 3 a.m., di ba? I'll stick with you. But the person is not willing. Okay? So you have to be very willing. And I tell you, it's not too late. In the next 6 months to 18 months, guys, you can actually see the trajectory you're going up. You know, if you're doing some things, you know, the metrics and KPIs of your life. Claire, thank you so much. And again, everybody here is so proud of you. Why? Because you're a Filipina, you're in Singapore. Singapore is one hell of a city, right, Queenie? I mean, you know, we know when you're dealing with Singaporeans, you are either dead or you're either sick or you are either vomit. They're just so hard to deal with. They're just so competitive and so good. So Claire, continue, and we love to see you like give it to your mom and your dad, your car, your house, and your well-being. So thank you so much. And if you need to leave, Claire, say goodbye to everybody here. And Claire Marquez, guys, is like, come on,
Thank
give
you,
her
Ree. It's a
a big clap.
pleasure.
Yep. Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank you, Claire.
everyone.
Yeah, I'll talk to you
Bye.
after this. Yeah, thank
Yes.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
So that is just an example of the people I have worked with and the impact that I am making to a lot of our people. You know, if you're my friend, you can easily access, you know, my style, my laughter, and my bubblies. Like Queenie, for example, we sleep together. Queenie like visits me in my house, and you know, I just inspire her. Queenie, can you just give an example of what has been that particular statement that I've said to you that until now is sticking with you positively?
Actually, I when I first met you and dealt with you in IBM, I was like, I want to be Ria. She's like, she comes into the room and there's sunshine. So I was like, what a personality. I think I would like to develop that. Get into the
Yeah,
room, people will
yeah,
notice you. And somehow, yeah, somehow I got into one of these they call this sessions where they also taught us how to do that, how to handle yourself, even just coming into the room
right, you're
as a
right. Yeah,
student. And one of the things that I love about Ria is her unlimited thinking. Like nothing will
unlimited
stop
thinking. Even my husband
her.
tells me that. Even if you're sleeping, you're always thinking. Yeah, yeah. I always want when Queenie, when I was her friend, and even you guys who are here, you know, always think about like the entrepreneurial mindset. Like always think about how you monetize your own, let's say, strength or your, let's say, your passion. If you want to do candles, or if you think that, you know, painting on canvas is another trend, you know, try to like hone the talent. And again, it's another, you know, if you want coaching, I can quickly give you that. You know, I'm reading a book like the 5 seconds in the blink book, and I have applied that to my life, and right now I have like a lot of products to sell. I will have a website where I can, HRS is also helping me on that. And yeah, we can talk about it, guys, and I can help even universities and corporate accounts to do that. So with your help. Next slide, please. Thanks, Queenie. So now let's go to the meat and potatoes. So much about my credentials, guys. Now, this is a free masterclass. I want you to take down notes. I really want you to absorb this. These are techniques that I have been doing in my life, even at home with my neighbor, with my vendor, and even in the business. So this is a professional and a personal tip. So WWRD has become a like a kind of famous word when I was like leading the whole, Oracle NetSuite community, because my resellers will always say, what would Ria do? If I am not around them, they always say, if Ria is in the room and there's a contract that needs to be closed, what would Ria do? So next slide, please. Guys, this is very important. Starting today, I have a question to you. I mean, anybody, those who I have not worked with, probably Glenn, Rem, anybody of you who knows KPI? I mean, you're in sales, raise your hand. Can you explain a KPI? Queenie, to you, what is a KPI?
Key performance index. So it's actually measurement on, for example, how much or what percentage you are already in your quota, for example, or if you
Perfect.
have a pipeline for sales, how many is yielding. So if you have 100 pipeline, but you're only getting 20% or 10% of that, is not really a good indicator
Yeah,
that
very
you're doing
technical, right?
a
It's
good job.
actually an IBM, Microsoft kind of US high-tech giant training. Guys, it is just very simple. Queenie, thank you for that. We have been trained, right? If you're in a global company, your mind will always be trained on KPI. Ria, what is your, let's say, exit on Friday? Are you 69% close to 100% of your quota, right? Ria, on month end, March 30 or December 30 before Christmas, you cannot have your Christmas, Ria. How far are you with your quota or your target? Are you 29%, 101% over quota? KPI. This is the a company training, but to me, I reversed it. What is my KPI? So my question to you guys is, have you been metricizing and measuring yourself? How far are you in your goal? Because I do that. Case in point, when Oracle NetSuite gets me, or when a company gets you, for example, Chris, or Sharon, for example, you're now a professor, you always have your own personal goals, right? Like 2023, I will do this. Why don't you start doing this? Put a paper, get a pen and a notebook and put your goal this year 2023 and ask yourself, what are the hows? What are the how will I reach my goal? How will I reach, let's say, 500,000? How can I reach the down payment for my condo? And then put the activities that you will do. One, what will you do? Connect with, right? Wake up in the morning this, read YouTube this. You should have the activities to support that goal. I mean, do you get me, guys? You have to work backwards, right? Or else, this 12 months, you'll never get to a goal. Never get to a goal. Right? Nag-echo. Okay? So yeah, Jessame. For example, what is your goal? So when Microsoft or when a company, let's say, talks to me and he's the CEO, ask this. Okay? So Mr. CEO, yeah, the offer is good, the job is good. I think I am for the job. I think I can do it. But I have a question. If I give you everything, if I give you everything that the business needs, because I'm going to tell them, because I'm going to give you that, even if you don't know how to give it to them yet. But it's your confidence and your energy, right? That is going to be, I mean, the most critical step for you. If I give it to you at this day, what will I get? Businesses now will even not, promote you. They will try to, the budget and everything. I mean, if I don't have a Medicard, will you give my mom a Medicard? Will you give me a dental and, like eye insurance and 80% coverage? If I go to an emergency room, will I pay? I mean, these are just basic things that you need. Now, you ask that to the boss or your friend, right? If I do this to your friend, What will you give me? And don't be shy. I do that every time. And I think even Rem, the CEO of Raycan, I got her there, right? She's asking, people will always ask you, Queenie, can you please no, do this? Yeah. But what is the value? What's in it for me? And guys, in business, it's always what's in it for me, huh? I know I'm a kind, you're a kind person or a kind person, but that's why it's business. Business, you need result, and the other person need result. So understand your worth. My husband will always say this: understand your worth. Know your value, Gypsy, Jessame, Glenn. You know your value, right? You know that when you work with me, Glenn, you will give me everything that you can. So what's in it for you? That's the reason why companies and the best talents are resigning, because it was not qualified at the very beginning in your interview and in your chat. So Gypsy, do this. So if I give you, boss, this one, I will call 130. I will do everything to give you a prospect. Now, and then what? Don't do that in the middle or in the end. That's not good anymore. I mean, before, what I'm saying is, even before you jump into a situation, do it with your family too. I do it all the time. And then what? You want this, but what will I get? Because if not, guys, in this very difficult times, layoffs and global recession, you will be doomed. People will always use you. People will always get the best out of you. And then you'll see yourself poor. Nada. And you always see all these people got a lot from you. So don't do that. Start that leadership mindset, right? So another case in point, a lot of people are asking me, hey, Miss Energy Ria, even before, like, can you please give me a job? Can you please refer me? Can you please endorse me? Can you please? Okay, yeah, I can do it for you, but I have something for you too. Can you please write a recommendation about me? Because I'm just too much about recommendations and my LinkedIn, and I always want the best and the brightest future. And LinkedIn is that powerful future, guys. So do it now. I mean, all these things are basic, but I know not all of you are really doing it like how I do it. Ask politely. So again, have your own, put it on your notebook right now. What is your goal? What are the activities so that I can buy Starbucks every day? Right? What do I need to do so that I can buy a Louis Vuitton? I've always wanted an authentic Louis Vuitton. How do I get that? Can you get that from your corporate salary? No. Right? How much do you have to envelope to get a Louis Vuitton? And yes, why not? If you are wearing an authentic Louis Vuitton, you are just a swagger. Yeah. So whatever is important to you guys, this is the method. It's an art and a science. So work backwards and list the activities to get you the dream. So I can actually coach in and have another masterclass, but I tell you guys, this has worked for me. Next slide, please. Own your KPI, have your own metrics. It's not just for companies, it's for you. So Queenie, I have a question. With all the KPI that you were trained, let's say in IBM, that Lord, have you been doing a KPI for yourself?
I tried to do goals, but I haven't started doing that, going backwards on how to get
Going
to
backwards.
that.
Yeah, I know. I have a lot of friends, guys. I know you have goals and you achieve it, right? You try to achieve it, yeah, but you don't have the work backwards. Like I always put like, I want a Toyota Camry, and then the amount. Don't be afraid of the amount, guys. They're just amount. What you need to be afraid of is you. What are the activities that you're doing? If you need to open up another business and not just to be a corporate employee, do and open a business. That will push you guys. If not, you will just be sitting 12 years and 24 months, and still you cannot, because the things that you need to achieve are millions of peso, right? it's a house, it's a car, and it needs a lot of innovation. It needs impossible. It needs a lot of magic and a lot of pakikisama and a lot of great network and a lot of great minds. Tell you. So start this. Next is give and get. So I'm just giving you some, like another art and science that I've been doing. And the people who know me, I'm always doing this, even with my family. So give and gets. Again, if you want to give me something, if you want me to give you something, a recommendation or a quotation, or sir, you want me to demonstrate a software for you, or you want me to submit a resume and submit you a brief summary of myself. Question, if I give my brief summary and my resume to you, so what's your next step for me? Because you know what? I'm doing the resume and all these papers, dinner time, I'm on vacation. It's good to say that, guys. Don't be afraid. Like, for example, by the way, I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to fly to Hong Kong and I will be landing, but I'm going to give it to you. And then what? What can you commit? You will ghost me? People ghost us all the time. I've worked with a lot of people. They ask me a lot of scope of work and proposal, right? But when I submit it to them, they just ghost me. Yeah. They don't even update me. And they didn't even know that I left my mom in the hospital to finish that document and not sleep until 2 a.m. Right? So, guys, please be very strict. If I'm going to give you something, right? Nicely. So, what's your commitment to me? When will you be back? Can you be getting back to me in the next 2 days maximum? Maximum? Because 1 week is not fair, right? We need it, right? I mean, you know what? If I learned this before, like before when we were closing this big multi-million dollar deals, oh my God, my life will be so easy, right? And even all the bosses in IBM was like so, like putting their weight on us. It's like I will ask even Rodney, like, hey Rodney, you want me to give you $5 million deal? So if I do this and I do not, go home on a Sunday, you, as the director of sales, what will you do for me? It's not always you who's pushing me as a sales manager to do things for you. What will you do for me? You're a leader. You're a servant. Guys, I tell you, master this. But of course, I know it's not easy, right? I'm just telling this to you because I am an experienced person, but practice makes perfect. And again, a coach like me who has done it is very important. It's very important. If you really want to be unstoppable, if you want to have great life, you have to have somebody who can handhold you in your goals to achieve it. So give and gets. So another aspiring CTO, just my example, called me. I think Joy, you know this, Shrey, right? Next slide, please. So Shrey wanted to leave Manila, India, one of the most brilliant Microsoft Oracle NetSuite Cloud ERP guy I've worked with. The wife and him wants to transfer to Australia. He just called me, I really need to get this job, blah, 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 blah. And I know him. He's brilliant. He's really good person. And he called me. I said, yes, I will recommend you. After 4 days, he got the job. Now he's in Australia. Because the person who's going to get him is actually a CEO who I work with too. Because I have a lot of global network, even in Australia. I called them and told them that Shrey's the one. If you don't get Shrey, I'll get him. And he got the job. And I asked for him, that's Shrey, to recommend me. Give and gets, guys. Give and gets. You give, I get. It's not bad. It's a business practice. It's actually a leadership practice. So you can imagine the Donald Trump of the world, the Gokong Ways of the world. They know how to give and get. So my question to you guys, do I make sense? Anyone here doing this who can honestly tell me I'm doing this every day, Ree? When I give something, I get something flawlessly? Sharon, Joy, are you there? Are you doing this? Because I might be saying these things, but people are already doing this, and I'm not, I'm not, I'm not doing a good thing here, right? So nobody, guys, do it. So this is a free masterclass. I have like 48,000 tips and techniques that I have been doing all my life. That's why I'm winning 200 new logos, phenomenal in the Philippines. Oracle big bosses are like phenomenal. How do you do it? Like multiple customers, and even now, until now, Oracle NetSuite has no sale. I mean, even my friends are like, "Oh my God, Ree, it's just so hard." Well, it's pandemic, but at the same time, I don't think they're practicing this as hard as I do. Next slide, please. We'll get to the Q&A. I know a lot of you have questions, and we'll be very candid. This is a candid dialogue so that you get to know Miss Energy's capability. MEDDICC has been my Bible. Who knows MEDDICC? I don't need somebody from Oracle NetSuite who I've handled, because you know how I work with MEDDICC. Who knows MEDDICC? Raise your hand. Who has been doing MEDDICC? Glenn, you know. So guys, so Rem, nobody? Okay. Joy, you're unfair because you've been with me. You know that. You're trained. So guys, Bible. If you know how to execute this, MEDDICC, in sales and in your life, you will be a winner. Champion. M. Again, what I said, you have to, Chris, for example, or Jessame, or whoever in the call, if you're dealing with somebody, you should know where that somebody is where she is at her life. You know, my success is not a straight line. My life synopsis, right? Dad died, mom died, got promoted, boom, Microsoft, US. You should really know where she is at. Is her metric into she wants to be promoted this year? Queenie, this is like those who have worked in Microsoft and IBM, this is like the band. But band is already Jurassic Park. You don't do the band actually like right now. MEDDICC, if you do this, this will give you multiple wins. You should really know what is the person's priority at that particular hour. Gypsy, are you doing this? When you are closing a deal or a prospect, do you get into the motion of really knowing where is that person in life, pregnant, maternity leave? What is the metric? What do you do?
Yeah, somehow when I have first lead, I I always ask where they are right now. Maybe I'm doing some, but not
Yeah,
all. Yeah,
yeah, not all the
probably.
MEDDICC. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm telling you, I know you guys here, especially those who are really trained in the corporate, like Ray Boy, for example. I know you are under the ITG group. Is Ray Boy here? So are you doing this, like checking the organization's metric and decision maker metric?
Uh, right now I'm actually doing the band. So yeah, this is something um
New.
new for me.
Okay, so listen. Okay, MEDDICC. MEDDICC is the first time that you get a prospect, okay, or even a family or whatever you want to penetrate. Always know where that person is in his life. Whether he wants a promotion or he is like undergoing a dad's problem, because that person's priority right now will affect your signing. That's one. You have to know what is the important factor in that company. Are they losing? Are they bankruptcy? Are they getting funds from another company? Just maging chismosa kayo. Always find the scoop. There's a lot of in the internet now, website, Zoom in, everything. Don't go to anybody who doesn't can pay the check, who doesn't have the influence to pay checks. So you all don't waste your time. Go straight to the owner if you can do it. But of course, it's not easy, right? I'm just saying this to you. If you have time, if you can use somebody as your champion to get to the owner, that's what you do. You always have to look at the E. Who is the economic buyer? Who is going to write the check? Because sales are not happening because the one who writes the check don't know you, don't know your company, and don't know your value. D, the decision-making criteria. All companies have criteria. Oh, I want a cute account manager. That's my decision-making criteria. I want somebody who looks like Taylor Swift. That's her decision-making criteria. Or I want I want somebody who knows how to run a restaurant. That's a decision-making criteria. Or I want to only buy 100 pesos, software naman. That's a decision-making criteria. So you can qualify. So you have to make sure that you know the criteria. And then when they say that, you have to really tell them, is this really your criteria? Because if this is your criteria, pricing, we are never cheap. However, this is the value. Another D, decision-making process. I always ask during the conversation meeting, when can you do the PO? What again? If we give everything to you, a demo or this perk or whatever value, when are you going to sign? Maybe they can sign in a year or 12 months or 8 months. That's not a priority deal for you. But if they say that after 2 to 3 weeks, once they choose, right, then you chase it every day. Okay, I of MEDDICC is the pain. Identifying the pain and relieving the pain. Can you relieve the pain? Maybe, but maybe not. So don't chase, right? You have to have a slide deck that's telling the CEO, even the CFO, or whoever's the business decision maker, that, hey, the pain that you told me, here on the slide, on the right side, I can relieve your pain, right? This is a financial management system that can automate your pain, that you cannot go home and you are almost, divorcing your husband because you are not going home to him every day. That's a pain. We can automate that pain. Left and right. Amplify. Put salt on the pain. Now, if you don't do questioning, you cannot get to the pain and there's no sale. So guys, I hope you understand, right? Really get to the pain and put it on the deck. That's why I closed 200 plus accounts on NetSuite, because even LBC, LBC, right? And it's an SAP shop. I was able to replace, got the signature because I told the GM, right? And the whole board. These are all the pains that you're telling me for the past week, from CFO to finance to accounting. I put it all down. I quoted them. To the right, I put the how do I relieve it? And then when I put the price, they didn't even blink, because the pain that I will solve is more than the price. Don't show the price first. Competition. You have to know your enemy. I always know my enemy. So if it's trends and technologies or product, always know your enemy. And somehow you have to also look at the weakness of the enemy and always reinforce that in a manner wherein you will not be disrespectful. You know what I mean? So champion, always find a champion. That person who opened the gates for you. For us, Queenie in RCBC, for example, it was all those executive assistants, right? Of Dennis Bangkod, of all these, CIOs, like the lords of the banks. And they are our champion. They are the ones who's feeding me, texting me, Ree, you can already come here because, he's having a break. Or you can meet him in Peninsula, Manila, or Shangri-La Hotel at 6 a.m. because those are your champion. Nurture them, take care of them. You should have a champion. Those who are selling when you're not around. I like hearing that. Those who are selling for you when you're not around, because they love you. And because they love you, they will do anything for you. And why will you make them love you? Show them that you're not after the money. Show them that you are willing to do everything to answer their problem, even if it's at night or even if it's your weekend. Show them love first, and then you will reap the rewards. So, yes, next slide, please. So, MEDDICC, those who have been using that, just forget it. I can do another masterclass on this, and you can spread the word about MEDDICC. And that made me so rich, actually. That gave me the fattest compensation in NetSuite. So I was able to, have a high-rise condominium Shangri-La Makati, have a house in Pasig, enjoy the two-bedroom house in BGC, Avida, with my mom. And while my mom was dying, I was able to give her all of, like, Mama, you're wealthy, I got your back. And those are the tools that I've been using. Power of the pause. Again, guys, causing is power. When you're closing a deal and the guys are already saying, okay, we're going to sign next week, stop. Do not offer any statement. I remember one CEO, I have stepped on his toes, almost kick him under the table, because again, it was I think Balisin Island, yeah, the owners of Balisin, and it's a conglomerate that I was able to talk to the lawyer already and telling them that the contract is this. There are 32,000 companies who have trusted NetSuite. Why can't you trust NetSuite? Procter and Gamble is trusting Oracle NetSuite. Procter and Gamble. And you are I'm not saying you are only small, but I'm always reinforcing the higher companies are trusting my product and solution. So I think it's more of our problem, not yours. And then the CEO beside me, just suddenly was selling again and taking out the clause from the contract, and I just kicked him because I said it's already done. They already said that they're already looking at. Pause. Pause. Just look at them. Be quiet in the room. Right? And if you're like calling, let's say you're a lead generation specialist like Ray Boy, for example, you're a business developer, say your piece. And then when they're already like saying that they are somehow, yeah, okay, good. So don't offer anything. Get another statement. Pause. And let them get back to you. Don't even email them. Let them get back to you, because you know what? You already told them what is good about you. And why will they chase it? So this is like selling techniques, closing techniques. That's what I do. Okay, and it's always effective. Because again, I am not chasing you. We're just bio, like we're the same human. And if you think I am not for you now, then pause and let them get back to you. So next slide, please. I think are we on time? Are we like having question and answer? Yeah, so this is just the business growth that I have accomplished. More than 900 projects, since I was 19, global clients, Fortune 500, not only in the Philippines, but globally. Jollibee has always been my marquee accounts. They opened from Philippines to Dubai. It's Oracle NetSuite to Rome, Italy. They always call me and ask me for another username and password. And it's because it's cloud. It's my office who's just sending them the license and the user, and they're already active accounting system in Rome, Italy, Dubai, California. That's why cloud computing is the best. Actually, now, if you want a good career, cloud, cloud is king. And if you are a part of a cloud company, you are going to have a very good future. There are a lot of layoffs, but again, if you already know what's going on, you can always, jump to another company. So 1,000 clients I've served with the best team ever. Next, this is just credentials that to prove that I'm not only a coach. It's not just a 2 year, 5 years. That, and then I have no proven track record. Guys, I've been leading Americans. I've been leading Australians and Singapore around the world. And I may just look bubbly, but I'm very fierce when it comes to projects and closing. So yeah, if you want to turn over yourself or a company, you have to make sure that the person has proven track record of leading global firms. So next slide, please. Yeah, so again, results being shown. I'm speaking in front of CEOs, Marriott, San Francisco. I have been the swagger of Oracle NetSuite, and I've been like the ambassador of the brand, winning 200 plus customer. This is Felix Mining. I was able to scrap the whole Microsoft system. Felix Mining Gypsy, I think you know this news in the Philippines that it's just an incredible, like we were replacing a lot of, even in Meralco. Meralco was a very good client of mine. I was actually part of the Sales Excellence Award in Microsoft because I was able to sell to Levy, the CIO of Meralco, a big deal for Microsoft CRM online. And yeah, I'm hosting like 10,000 CEOs from across Asia Pacific. I'm hosting it in Grand Hyatt. And that's exactly what I do for global companies, making harmonizing CEOs and business owners of IT companies, just rallying for Oracle NetSuite. So I've been doing this for the past 7, 8 years. And I love the job. And it's nonstop. It's like no days off, as I always say. Even if I'm on PTO, I'm having a vacation with my mom. Sometimes on the phone, closing healthy options. Healthy options, like took all my vacation leave and I was closing it because it was just a very hard close. Again, it's Microsoft again. So next slide, please. Yeah, so I think, yeah, with PLDT, SVP CEOs, I've signed big contracts with them. I was featured in a Man's Magazine when I was young. Yeah, just telling about the youngest executive who has balls and who has climbed the ladder without any marital whatever affairs in the office. So that's good. It was with Tina Monson Palma also, like a live radio broadcast. They were choosing young executives in the Philippines. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself because of what we have achieved. And even until now, I'm 47 years. I started 19 years old, guys. So it's a long time. It's a long time. I just have a lot of moisturizers. So that's part of the plan, guys. You have to take care of yourself and your hair and your skin. So yeah, that's where the part when I won the 200 plus volume for Oracle NetSuite. Peter Kwek, one of the GM of Asia Pacific. Okay, so next slide, please. So even if I had all my trials in life, guys, yeah, been buying Louis Vuitton, all brands, living a good life. Now in Washington, went to Rome, Paris alone, and business class in Etihad. Name it, I've done it. Because of what? Because of what I'm sharing to you right now, consistently. Next slide, please. So again, if you want to have a great life, you have to put your warrior helmet on. So this is actually, you will see this because Raikan and Team Miss Energy has partnered to make sure that we get a lot of master classes from corporate. There's a lot of coaches that are doing this, but again, they don't have the credentials like what we have. And a lot of people who have already worked with me have already been very successful. So yeah, if you want mentorship, this is like one time 8,999. And if you have somebody who can, if you can get somebody like one or two people who can pay for you, can be free. And this is what you get. If you really want to know how to ace interviews, like right now, people are so crazy. Um, so crazy wanting to leave their jobs and wanting to ace that interview. I can really help you do that. So we can share this to you if you're interested. We can email it to you. I can give you masterclass certification. I can build your rockstar LinkedIn profile and attract recruiters. So I can do that. For now, the offer is 8,999. But when we go to the market, it's actually from 11,000 per person, private coaching. And then the diamond is 70,000. Because next slide, I will show you what is the beauty of, when you go to the one-time charge. Those are one-time charges. So again, the sales technique MEDDICC, who wants to be very serious in sales? I can teach you all the techniques and handhold you, not in a group environment. If you want, if you have 2 to 3 friends, I can do that. But even one-on-one during weekends, after office, we can do that. Personal endorsement. I think this is one of the beauty of this program is that when you are under the silver and gold and even the diamond, I can write straight to CEOs and decision makers globally that I have handled, okay, and endorse you if you pass the whole training program. So if you know anybody or teams, sellers who still cannot make it, like gypsy companies, IT companies, you think that the owners are like having trouble with their sellers who really don't know how to sell yet, Joy. And I mean, this is for everybody. This is for Filipinos who just want to have that next step. But of course you need to pay because it's my 26, 27 years of brutal brutal training and hard work that I'm sharing. So yeah, elite coaching is also part of the diamond, meaning that unbeatable leadership mindset that Queenie mentioned, like I am thinking nonstop, I will share it with that person. How to have that, like rigorously thinking of something that can be monetized. The 5 seconds rule, I if anybody knows 5 seconds rule, I have it in me. I know exactly wittily how to answer, business questions. That's why I am the one doing sales and marketing plans of a lot of CEOs. Actually, And it's easy for me to make their sales and marketing plan because I have the 5 seconds rule thinking. And of course, it's an apprenticeship. Nobody can actually handhold you. Probably it's better as me because I've been close to the situation. I have been there, and not just a coach that just reads from books and because they can just communicate English very well, they're already a coach, and they just charge millions and millions, from corporate. So you can get a sponsor. You can ask your boss to pay for you if you think that I can be the one for you, especially right now. Next slide, please. We will entertain questions later, but yeah, so these are the inclusions. A lot of my friends and my network asking me, Ria, can you build my LinkedIn? Ria, can you help me build my LinkedIn? Because I know the power of LinkedIn. You get a lot of offer sheets from LinkedIn. I can do that. How to ace interviews. I know there's a lot of people who goes to interview unprepared. And somehow you just don't know how to answer, this senior director, bosses, hiring managers questions. And I can help you with it. I can help you ace the interview because I've done it myself. I've been accepted by a lot of CEOs and global technologies, and I know what to say. I know what they want to hear, and I can teach you that. Confidence. Well, I can also, if you think that you have that low self-esteem like Claire Marquez, then I can do that for a lot of you, for the Philippine companies, Philippine sellers. How to be a swagger and a leadership mindset. I can also do that. Change your life, the 5 second rule. As I'm thinking, I don't want to share it with you because it's just, I just need an elite coaching with that. So I just leave it here. This is, we as a company, it's not RIA. This is a RICAN HRS organization. I am a product of RICAN HRS. We can give you complete certification. I can write my name on the certification that you finish it, and I can endorse and recommend. I think that is something that is very crucial nowadays, that I can recommend you and land the job because of my network. Next slide. I think we're going to the Q and referral fee. If you know somebody who needs me, who needs this kind of coaching, or probably one or two or three, then they're paying diamond students. It's one time. They don't need to go to Harvard or UCLA. Forget about paying 5 million for a million. They can just come to me and I can teach them how to do it. You will get a referral bonus 10,000. Well, pang shopping, yun na yan, di ba? And you just refer. So even you can refer a company. Very easy way to do it is you can earn 10,000 and more if you refer an IT company like Queenie. The other one was you were telling me the other day, there are several IT companies who are paying sellers who don't know how to prospect and sell. Enjoy in Cebu. Like all of you have network. And imagine all these business decision makers are hiring, but the ones that they hired are not bright enough and not even knowing how to go to C-level like Gypsy, right? Look at all the IT companies right now in the Philippines. Do you think the owners are happy with their sellers? Why don't you send a proposal? If you're interested, we'll give you the format and we'll help you close the deal. You just endorse us. You can easily get this. Plus, you'll be proud because the credentials that we have is really legit. Next slide, please. Yeah, we can do this together. You are my first group. So again, we will be having a website. We will give ebooks. We will have live podcasts where people, generally public, can ask questions on how do you close a deal. So we'll make it really fun. And yeah, this is coming all from Miss Energy Raikan HRS. This is already a product that we're marketing. Refer a friend, get 50% off a masterclass that you want, and I will dedicate my time for you. I will really help you. And you know me, how passionately I help, people in our circle. Next slide, please. I want to have a lot of apprentices actually. I want us to really like go and see the world and replace a lot of American jobs, and just dominates Philippines. So again, if you come to me, you will see progress in your life in 6 to 18 months. That's a commitment of the program. Next slide. I think now we're open for question and answer. So again, this slide says, this is from me. It's not from a book. This is like 27 years of brutal, non-stop training and learnings that I got from global multinationals. And I'm leading divisions and teams all over the world. So just consider it as an investment, even if not for you. If you want, then well, you're welcome, but with other people that you can also sell us to. So next slide. Glenn, Rem, are we open for, questions? We can be very candid, guys. Open dialogue with all of you, everybody.
Yeah, so before we start the question and answer portion, let's all give a round of applause once again to Miss Ria Rodriguez Richardson. Yeah. You guys don't know how much of a privilege it is to have this first masterclass with her expertise and her premium knowledge on everything that you need to know in sales. This is even the opportunity to have a question and answer with her is already an opportune time. So the floor is open to anyone who would like to raise their questions, and Ms. Ria can answer them each. Uh, let's start first with Miss Queenie. Yes, she raised her hand.
Yeah, me. How do you do that? Because if you're saying know the person, know where they are at. How do you do that when it's like, because sometimes I forget myself and then I get overcome when the person I'm talking to is like there's angas or there's narcissism behind that person.
Narcissism, yeah, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
I
I know.
forget self-confidence being self-confidence and then I still forget.
Yeah. Okay. So to answer you, Queenie, very good question. It's really very hard, huh? However, you've got to have the tools. It's very hard. Like you saw me when I was in my younger corporate career in IBM, because from IBM I already went to EMC, country sales manager, and then I went to Orconet and then Microsoft. So when we were together, we were still younger in this in penetrating and attacking this narcissistic kind of people, right? In Asia. So number one, Queenie, have time. There is no better advice than to advise you that you have to focus. You have to give time knowing the person. One, quickly, you know what I do? Even my husband sees me, I am like an FBI. I open 3 applications on my phone and laptop. I am the biggest stalker ever. I know exactly what is the favorite color, where they did graduate, what type of association they've been in. I study them like crazy, like I want to murder them. One, LinkedIn. Use LinkedIn, type their names, scroll quickly, because you know what? You will sense a gut feel. Why is this person narcissistic? Yeah, graduated from Ateneo, has an MBA from Oxford, and then you try to imagine his life based on what you browse. Manage acquisitions, work with Gokong Wei, started as a BDR, started as a lead generation, manage financials. Somehow you will know. And then when you see the trajectory of his corporate, immediately go to the website or immediately go to the financial management. Or if he's a supply chain expert, immediately go to the topic. He is a supply chain expert for a reason. And then you will see a lot of connections. Connected to Mark Guzman, connected to Chestnut Andaya. Find the connection. You get what I mean? First, the synopsis of his life, reason. Second, find a topic that he's very master at, like supply chain, financials, land bank, metro bank, somewhere from the link, and you will see. Then see the connection. Then try first the connection. Hit up Chestnut, for example, and ask if he knows, if she knows, or probably what is the best approach that I can do to a Mark Choseco. Because you cannot go in, you have to attack his emotions. Guys, you have to remember, attack the emotions. You do not attack a person based on product or because he's Microsoft. That is nothing to a person. When I say attack the emotions, you have to attack why did he reach that position. So that graduation kind of is something that will show you that he is an achiever. He worked with the bitches in my, he worked with bankers. Then find the connection. Then this is the question that you have to ask the connection. What is my best approach to this person if you know him? That person has to, Chestnut will coach you like, Queenie, don't don't ever mention to this guy, or this, because he has bad experience. Never mention this kind of group. I mean, you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
persons don't respond to you nicely because you mention something that he hates. So,
Okay.
there's that's the trend, huh? LinkedIn, look at all his, like his the temperament is there. You will somehow feel it that, oh my God, he worked with PwC. Oh my God, he's an auditor. Oh my God, he's a controller. So you should know topics about the topic that he wants. You're right. Like if he's a controller or a CPA, then you always have to talk about cash flow control. Hi, Mark. Say, for example, oh yeah, I think you will like my topic because it's all about control. Who doesn't want control? Why are you telling that? Because he's a controller. He's a CPA. He's a CFO. So guys, when you are talking to finance persons, accounting persons, always use the word control, because they are all about control. When they're talking to a sales and marketing, we're different. So you get me, Queenie, right? And
Yeah.
always find a conduit. Always find a conduit. Or second, if he's narcissistic, then feed him well. If he's not a narcissist, then feed him. Tell him what he wants to hear. Remember when we were handling the big bank, the Lord of the Banks? I don't want to mention names, but you already know who are the Lord of the banking system in the Philippines, right? They are narcissistic. And then you have to appear to them that you are feeding their narcissism. You don't go against the wave. So there was a
Okay.
time wherein somebody told me, do not wear colorful clothes, Ria. Do not wear colorful nails, because that particular person doesn't want colors. Can you imagine if I don't have that coach telling me, and look at me, I am fuchsia, pink, yellow, orange, right? I go to the office with orange high heels. Guys, yeah, don't laugh. That's real. I am the most fire, wear rhubarb, like clothes. And that person doesn't like color. And that is my task to close that deal. So guys, that's the importance of coaching. And again, there's no day
I
off. There's no day of growing, no days of reading, no days of being creative, no days off in reaching out to your network. So Queenie, making sense?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a
So
great
guys,
question, Queenie. So
great
next
question.
one, Miss Joy
So
Carrillo
does
raised
Queenie
her
get
hand.
500 pesos? Good
Yeah.
question.
Yes, good question.
I really don't have a question. I just
Okay,
have
Miss Joy
I
Carrillo
just
now
want to
has
add
2 seconds.
to
Oh,
what
okay.
Ria said, because yeah, why coaching and talking to people is really important, because I had one experience when a Chinese client told me that never wear a black collar clothing when you come to a Chinese owner,
See?
and
See?
also never wear a strong perfume because that's bad luck. So it really matters to them. So you have to follow that. So there's a lot of tips that you'd really get from your clients as well. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's why coaching is really
Coaching
very
is
important.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it will make you or break you. You're just wondering why you're not selling, Everyone is raising her hand. Thank you, Joy,
Yeah,
for
Miss
that.
Sharon.
That's why I love working with you. Thank you.
Miss Sharon Albacete has another question. Miss Sharon.
Hi everyone. Hi Ree. My question is, what do you usually tell a people or person who made a nasty comment to you, like your personality is not suitable for this kind of job?
Oh, by the way, I remember when I was applying in HP, Hewlett Packard, somebody told me, Ria, the job is not for you. And I was so fuming, mad. You don't answer it, Sharon. You know what I did? I miss energy today. I didn't answer that. I showed her that I am going to make it. I was with Microsoft with you, I was with IBM. Sometimes just being quiet and just acting on it is good because you know what? Your success is more than the answer. You get what I mean? So if somebody tells you that, what I want you to do is look at your strength and build on it right now. And you can publish it. Sometimes you cannot really just answer because maybe that particular time I wasn't really ready. Or maybe that's their opinion. But if I were you, pivot. You know the word, guys, pivot? That's my favorite. You always have to pivot to something that it's your strength and then show them what you can. I mean, does that make sense? Because it will just start the ball rolling when you are like commenting it. Unless you have a friend that can answer that particular person and defend you. But the question is, do you want that defending? And then another question, and you never know how bitch she is, and she starts all over again and hurt you again and hurt you again. It's going to be like a long line of, does that make sense, Sharon?
Okay,
Yes.
that
Thanks
was a
Ree.
nice question.
Thanks Ree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else has a question in mind? You can all raise your hands.
That's a good question because even I get that. That's a very good question.
Yeah, yeah. And it also shows your character, like in dealing with those types of
Character.
situations.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
And I know you, Sharon. Your character is actually one of the best. So yeah, my advice, don't ask, pivot, and then build your dynasty.
Thank you.
There's
Yeah.
also, if I can add to that as well,
Yeah,
Ria.
Joy. Yeah, go.
There's a formula for that. It's ACAA. First, you just have to agree, so you won't end
Oh
up
yeah, yeah, I
debating,
read about that.
arguing with that person. So you can just
Yeah,
agree.
agree.
Kindly hold on. And then that stands for A. And then the next one, you clarify what his feelings
Talking about.
is, or what he's objecting against you in a nice way. And then another A is just to answer and somewhat explain. And
Yeah,
then yeah, and then the
and
last
then
one will
forget.
be ask for, yeah, you just have to yung sabi ni Ria, the one that Ria mentioned earlier, makisama. So it's more on pakisama. So the last
Pakisama.
A would be more on the conversation about agreeing and then not really going against that person. So the
Yeah,
first,
no, don't go
yeah,
against the tide. Yeah,
yeah,
that's also good. That's also good. It actually sometimes these are all formulas and an art, but sometimes whatever your heart feels at the moment, as Joy said, you can actually agree, depends on the person, agree, and probably say that probably, probably I'm still not in that advanced state, probably I have a lot to learn, and then paksamahan mo. Or yung sagot ko nga na, pakitaan mo na lang siya ng galing mo. Maybe in other places. I think both are really good. Thanks, Joy.
Yeah. So Miss Sharon also will get 500 pesos. And will be sent
Yay.
it in the next 24 hours. So anyone else before we proceed to the closing remarks?
We
Well,
still have one last question for because we're
okay.
giving out three 500 Gcash, right?
Yeah.
So Miss Lee, our one of our HR team, they are very curious. So this is not totally, paano lang siya medyo pa personal. They are very curious how you spend your money.
Oh, how I spend my money. Yeah, that's a very good
Yes.
question. Ultimately, okay, I spend it the way I want it to be spent. So even my husband knows and my friends know, guys, I am having an Excel sheet all the time. Excel sheet is my best friend. The reason why I am still financially independent, even I spent like 5 million pesos to my mom, my dad, 3 million coronary bypass, and I'm just an employee. I'm just an employee like you. And why I'm still, having all this like business class, blah, blah. Again, sales. Sales has commissions. Sales has bonuses. If you are only on that basic salary, it will be so hard for you to do what we do, right, guys? I am telling you, go into sales if you can. If you can, right? Because sales can really improve your life. To Excel sheet. I put an Excel sheet every time. If it's not in the Excel sheet for January or February, it won't happen. Have you heard that, guys? If it's not in that Excel sheet, it's not part of that monthly thing, I won't do it. Right? So I am very disciplined. So even me and my husband, right? Even me with my mom before, if I want to go to Boracay and it's not in the Excel sheet of things for March, then don't. Wag mong pilitin ang wala sa Excel sheet. 'Di ba? So the reason why even my friends are like doomed in their cash, pare-pareho kami ng sweldo. Let's say for example 100,000 for the benefit of just saying 100,000. Pare-pareho kami pero ako yung mas umaasenso kasi naka-Excel sheet ako and I still do envelope. If I get a bonus, nagtatrabaho ko, if I wanna go to Paris or Hong Kong, I wanna buy a Prada bag, I need to increase my earnings through a commission or bonus or a sideline. I do a lot of other businesses para doon manggaling yung luho. And I save a lot. So even in Microsoft, kumita kami ng maraming pera. Yung mga sellers na nakabenta. Ang daming bumili ng condo, Sharon, that time, and cars. If you remember, hindi ako bumili. I didn't buy. Because I already have a car that time. And then my mom said, it's not always Christmas. Nag-Excel sheet kayo. Be very strict.
We got one last question from Miss Maureen, student of UP Cebu. She's
Oh,
taking AG
UP!
Psych. Yeah, and
Wow.
she's asking, it's on the email, how would you
Yeah.
invite a person in sales, especially now, excuse me, na maraming networking ngayon, tas parang nasi-stereotype na. Like, the entire facet of
Of
the,
the selling.
yeah.
Okay. So that's a good question. So the selling that I'm doing is corporate, corporation, multinational. The networking is probably the networking that you see on Facebook na, mga taga Pilipina na may asawang Amerikano or dalawa silang may Christian Dior bag and telling gusto niyong umasenso sa buhay, yung mga ganon. So I think the topic's not about the networking. This is telling you guys to build your LinkedIn and go inside like an IBM or an IT technology company or let's say technology sales company or a corporate company or a global company to start your sales career selling solutions, software or whatever technology to a company. Did I answer it right? So if I ask you guys here in the room, it's not the multi-level selling. It's being an employee of a company. Doon nyo pasukin yung marketing and sales corporation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am
So,
I clear?
yeah.
Tama ba?
Yes, yes, yes.
That was a
Yung
nice explanation.
i-differentiate ang difference from
Ah,
normal selling and the corporate selling. Yep.
corporate selling. Yeah. So being a UP, so I love UP. Most of my best friends are from UP, and I
Mhm.
congratulate you for being in UP. That is the one of the best schools there is. Ang hirap pumasok dyan. Actually, sa Los Baños ako pumasa. Hindi ako nakapasok sa UP, UP Diliman. Di ba? Waitlisted ako that time. You know, and UP Psychology, that's a very good that's a very good course. You can all go to, Coca-Cola, you can go to Globe, you can, psychology is like all about business making.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you.
Yeah. She asked a great question. Being in
Very
her
good. So
place. Yeah.
yeah, very
So
nice. I love it. So 500 for you.
yeah, Miss Maureen. Yeah. So now we got all three questions. Yeah, and I think it's satisfactory enough for
Yep.
us for this masterclass. Now, Miss Ria, back to you.
Yeah. So guys, again, thank you so much. We have reached a portion we're in. I think you see the genuine intent from our team, and I'm calling all of you for for everybody to be part of the team energy. If you can spread the word, if you can earn, I'm going to give you money. Like there's a friend of mine who is earning 75,000 as we speak, pesos, because she's able to connect me to an IT company for 40 to 50 participants, and they just love my credentials, the team energy credentials, and you can do it as well, and it's infinite. So next slide, please. So I hope that this opens to opportunities for you, opportunity to really change your mindset and start now, the Excel sheet, the give and gets. I hope you won't forget it, guys. And, tell me, text me, or email us what has been happening to you when you are doing the technique. Do it in a very disciplined fashion and then email us, because you will be part of a very special team for Team Energy. Actually, your first free masterclass. The other master classes, it won't be free anymore. So consider this as a pro bono, because I cannot do this. I cannot do a free master. I'm also like working, and I'm going to do all the syllabus, for people who needs to up their game. And I'm doing it to you right now. And I just hope that you're able to help me and the whole team. If you find a company or a group of sellers or a group of people in university who are lost and they don't know what I've just shared with you, right? The execution of it. So yeah, I'm just showing you that you see me. I am the vice president of an Oracle NetSuite consulting firm. I do miss energy. I prepare for all the sessions. I even do my own chip and lick tint here in America. I also have my own candles, Ria Richardson candles. And I can compete with Bath and Body Works and even Tom Ford, when it comes to quality. And it's just my passion. It's just me. So that's what I'm telling even Sharon. So if somebody says that you cannot do it, look at your strengths and the opportunity in front of you and do it slowly. You will not see these candles in Walmart or in fabulous place like SM. No, I'm just directly selling it to my neighbors and the person who knows and loves me, and I just sold my first batch and it's done. It's not something that I need money from this. I have my corporate job, and that's very important, the Oracle NetSuite. And I now have Miss Energy master classes. So yeah, if I meet you guys next year and I can be able to bring this, it's so hard to send it, but I am going to do a lot of products, and the website will be done by Raikan HRS. Thank you to my team. And these are all you can follow us, and you can actually look at our social media.